Can I get into the whole STD thing? Can I get
Sure.
into this and back it up with some science?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so monogamy, it started back when the Neanderthals existed. And that started because humans had sex with Neanderthals and that created STDs, right? So that's why humans evolved to become monogamous, because STDs exist. And that's evolution saying, hey, you shouldn't be sleeping with multiple people because bacteria spreads. The bacteria, guys.
It also stabilizes society. Because when you have because what they've done is they found that like countries that have like a lot of polygamy, where a small minority of men have all the women, there was less stability. Because like one of the fastest ways to tame a wild young man is having a family and children. But when guys are running around and they don't have a family or a woman or anything like that, they start violence. Just a lot of times. So if you look at countries that practice polygyny. They're less stable, Middle Eastern countries, unfortunately.
Didn't they create certain STDs in the lab?
Yeah.
Like the dangerous ones?
I don't know about that.
'Cause back in the day, niggas was raw dogging all day. And they didn't die.
But yeah, in general, I think monogamy was something that like would give average men sexual access to stabilize society, because the reality is that most men are average. Most women, are average as well. But the problem with females is that women don't want average in return. They typically want superior.
Yeah.
So it kind of, and monogamy also, I think it blunts the negatives of both genders. So men want a bunch of variety. Monogamy allows them to kind of keep that away. And it keeps the high status men from having all the women. And then it also gives women the ability to build a family with someone, even though he might not necessarily check all the boxes. It allows them to do it. But now with feminism, it's kind of changed things where it's like, women have all the options now. I make my own money, so why am I going to get with a regular 5'8" guy that making $50K per year? When I make that amount of money, let me go for a guy that makes $200K per year. But the problem is that guy is more than likely not going to be monogamous. Yeah. So I think monogamy definitely stabilizes society. I think that's why, like, if you look at a lot of the first world English-speaking countries that are Judeo-Christianity, which is big on monogamy, they're more stable, and that's because it gives all the men sexual access to it. It gives them the fighting chance. Let me rephrase. It gives regular guys a fighting chance to have sexual access to a woman and be able to build a family, which will stabilize them and make them less crazy. I don't know, but anybody else have anything on?
Okay. All right. Ghost Town.
Did you have anything you want to add to that, I guess, or?
I was just going to go into like more of the science behind it, but you kind of...
With the STDs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that might be a component.
It does stabilize society, but my view is like, if it's a normal guy, he should sure as hell be monogamous, but like a high value guy that like...
How girls really feel.
A high value guy that has worked really hard to make a lot of money, like... I think that's a little bit different.
Okay.
But it shouldn't be...
Would you accept infidelity from that guy?
It would be situational. If I really loved him, yeah. But if not, then no.
Was your father monogamous?
Yes. So my dad, he waited for marriage. My mom's the only woman he's ever been with.
Okay.
And my parents have had 7 kids. My dad has lived a very amazing life. My mom stayed at home for most of our childhood, and he was able to spoil each and every one of us because he worked his ass off too.
What do you do for work?
He does pharmaceutical sales.
Okay.
Yeah,
That could be very lucrative.
Yeah.
Because in the Mormon culture, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure what denomination you are. You can have, but polygamy is allowed, right?
So that's FLDS.
Okay, that's why I want to make sure there's different sects. Go ahead.
It stemmed from polygamy, but modern day Mormons, they're monogamous, like strictly monogamous.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't believe in having multiple wives.
Which ones are the ones that you said?
FLDS.
FLDS. Those are the ones that practice
polygamy.
Polygamy.
Yeah, that's like the whole sister wives thing.
Yeah. And that's because there's a bunch of them in Salt Lake, right?
Yeah, there was, but they got pretty much ran out of there because they didn't agree with it. Yeah,
oh wow,
it's illegal out there. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
So where are the polygamous Mormons now?
I think some of them evaded to like Nevada or like somewhere where it's legal. I'm not sure where.
Remember we did a podcast with Michael Sartain, and one of the girls was actually Mormon.
Yeah.
Doing all the behind the scenes stuff too.
But I don't know if she was... Okay. So LDS is the one... Okay. I knew that there were different versions.
Yeah, most modern day Mormons are going to be monogamous. It's really hard to find the ones that are polygamous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Was Dave? I'm thinking of the Waco thing. David Koresh. No, he wasn't Mormon. He didn't practice a sect of Mormon. The Branch Davidians, they had believed in... Okay, never mind. Now I'm getting into Fed reacts and stuff like that. I don't even know if you guys know the Waco shooting. Yeah. David Koresh, y'all know who that is?
He had how many? He had so many wives.
Yeah, he had a bunch of wives. He was out there in Texas. He got in a whole 3-month fight with the ATF and the FBI. They held down. They were got in a big ass shootout. I'm trying to. I don't know if the Branch Davidians was a sect of Mormonism, but I might be wrong.
Of course, she knows.
Chat, correct me.
I'm pretty sure it was. I think they were LDS.
Maybe, yeah, because he had a bunch of wives.
Yes.
So I wasn't sure if he was a Mormon with that.
I called it, bro.
What?
Fed Reacts collab.
How do you know about an American case like that?
I watch documentaries on Netflix.
You saw her face?
It's all,
okay.
It's all over Netflix.
Fresh don't miss. Pow, 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 nigga.
Yeah. There is a documentary on it in Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yeah. And I covered it on FedRex. So if you guys want to see that, I covered the Waco shooting and David Koresh.
Netflix and chill?